Hi, welcome back. So, we have studied for the last 6 days about different climate conditions of our country, how we experience rain, how we experience winter, how we experience summer, how we experience retreating of monsoon, all that. So, we completed the 4 seasons, and now let us in particularly speak about the distribution of rainfall in our country. We already saw which are the areas receiving more rainfall. We said Mausindra is receiving the highest rainfall, and places in Rajasthan and Gujarat receiving very little rainfall, and so on. So different places receive different rainfall, and it is because of the direction of the winds, the monsoon winds. And let us see in detail which are the areas receiving or how much rain are they receiving, and so on. So the western coast and the northeastern India receive over about 400 centimeter of rainfall annually. So, which are the places receiving highest rainfall? The western coast and the northeastern states. They receive how much rainfall? They receive over 400 centimeters of rainfall. Then, however, it is less than 60 centimeters in western Rajasthan and adjoining parts of Gujarat, Haryana and Punjab. So, the western coast and northeast, they receive 400 centimeters of rainfall. But other places like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab and Haryana, they receive how much? Just 60 centimeters of rainfall. So see the difference. Here up to 400 centimeters of rainfall, and here it is up to 60 centimeters of rainfall. So much of difference is there. And rainfall is equally low in the interior of the Deccan Plateau and east of the Sahyadris. So some other places like the interior place inside of the Deccan Plateau and the Sahyadris mountains, there also the rainfall is very low. Why do these regions receive low rainfall? What is the reason? Why? Some places receive up to 400 centimeters and some places receive only up to 60 centimeters of rainfall. What is the reason? So a third area of low precipitation is around Leh in Jammu and Kashmir. So another place receives very less rain is in Jammu and Kashmir, especially the region Leh. And the rest of the country receives moderate rainfall, and snowfall is restricted to the Himalayan region. So this area receives very high rainfall. Other areas like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, then Leh in Jammu and Kashmir, then which are the areas? Sahyadris, then what are the other things? And the interior of the Deccan Plateau. They also receive very low rainfall. And on the other parts of the country, they receive moderate rainfall, not very high and not very low. They are just receiving average rainfall. And snowfall is restricted to Himalayan region. So another form of precipitation is snowfall. So in India we receive snowfall mostly in Himalayan region along the Himalayan mountains. So in Arunachal also Himalayan mountain is reaching, and the place snowfall is there. Which is that place? The place name where the snowfall is there. Quite many tourists and all visit there. Is it not? What is the place name? I also forget. So you will know better. So owing to the nature of monsoons, the annual rainfall is highly variable from year to year. So, owing to the nature of monsoon, we said the monsoon is irregular, there is monsoon breaks are there, all that. So, because of this irregularity of monsoon, what happens? The annual rainfall is highly variable from year to year. So, every year the monsoon does not come in the same time with the same force and does not remain for the same longer period and so on. Sometimes it is longer, sometimes it is shorter, sometimes comes late, sometimes goes by early and so on. Because of that, every year we have different amount of rainfall. Sometimes it is high rainfall throughout the country, sometimes it is very low rainfall throughout the country and so on. Then variability is high in the regions of low rainfall such as parts of Rajasthan, Gujarat and the leeward side of the Western Ghats. So these places where we said they receive very little rainfall, only up to 60 centimeters. So when there is a lot of variation is there in the monsoon rain, that variation is very much visible in these places like Rajasthan, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana and so on. And the Western Ghats, they are very much affected. When the monsoon is very less, this part will receive to less rainfall and they will be really affected, will be really hot and dry. As such, while areas of high rainfall are liable to be affected by floods, so these places will receive very dry season, dry climate, but other places like western coast and the northeast and so on, what happens to them? They will experience flood. So one area of our country is experiencing drought, other area at the same time, other area will be experiencing what? Flood. So drought and flood is caused by monsoon because of its irregularity. So that is about the distribution of rainfall, how the rainfall is distributed throughout the country. As you have seen, there is no equality at all and it is causing a lot of hardship to the people. It is causing drought, it is causing sometimes destruction of the field, cultivation, and property and so on. It is also causing floods, cyclones and so on. So there is a lot of benefit is there because we have no other source of water, especially for the farmers, and at the same time it is also causing a lot of damage as well. So anyway, that is a situation that we experience throughout the year. So it is not same every year. Sometimes winter may be very severe, sometimes rain may be very severe, sometimes dry season may be severe. So it is changing year to year. It all depends on the arrival of the monsoon. Since the monsoon is not very regular, it takes its own time and it comes sometimes early, sometimes late and so on. And you can see the picture also. There are two maps are there in the page number 36 and 37. In the 36 it is given seasonal rainfall. So you can see different colors are given in the India map and that is showing the rainfall. So in the column it is given there what is the significance of each color. The thick brown means the places that are receiving 400 centimeters of rainfall. Other one is 200 to 400. Other one is 100 to 200, 60 to 100, 40 to 60, 20 to 40, and there is below 20 also. So this you can see the different colors are given there in India map. Then in another area also you will find the annual rainfall. What is the rainfall that different regions of India receive? You can see the coastal areas, that is the Western Ghats, and the northeastern regions, they are receiving above 400 centimeters of rainfall. Then other places which is light blue, that is receiving 200 to 40. So you can go through this map and see the different rainfall, the different amount of rainfall that each region in our country receives. Now let us see about the monsoon as a unifying bond. So we said monsoon has got a lot of problems, creating a lot of problems in our country, At the same time, it is also functioning as a unifying bond. Let's see how is it unifying our country. Monsoon as a unifying bond. You have already known the way the Himalayas protect the subcontinent from extremely cold winds from Central Asia. So we have already said Himalayas protect the subcontinent from extremely cold wind coming from Central Asia. So otherwise our winter would have been very severe. So it is because of the Himalayas that are blocking the cold wind that is coming from the central part of Asia, that is blocked by Himalaya. So that is the other side of the Himalaya will be very cold, and this side of the Himalaya we are protected because that cold wave and that cold wind is not entering into India. The Himalaya is blocking it. So that's why we are saved from severe winter. Otherwise our country would have experienced much more severe winter during December, January and so on. And this enables northern India to have uniformly higher temperatures when compared to other areas of the same latitude. So because of that, we are experiencing a better climate or higher temperature comparing to the other areas in the same latitude. If you look at other parts, the other side of the Himalaya mountain will be experiencing very severe winter. They are all in the same line, but in the Indian northern plain we experience less cold, or we experience higher temperature comparing to the other side, because Himalaya mountain is standing in the middle, blocking this cold wind. And this enables northern India to have uniformly higher temperature when compared to other areas on the same latitudes. Similarly, the peninsular plateau under the influence of the sea from three sides has moderate temperatures. Has moderating temperatures. And despite such moderating influences, there are great variations in the temperature conditions. So, the peninsular plateau, so long we are talking about northern plain is protected by Himalayas. But if you go to the peninsular plateau, that is towards the southern side of India, what happens? Under the influence of the sea from the three sides has moderate temperatures. So because it is surrounded by sea, and therefore it has got moderate temperatures. Because of the presence of the sea, the water, the temperature on the land also is moderate, not very high and not very low. And despite such moderating influences, there are great variations in the temperature conditions. So we said from one side the temperature is regulated by Himalaya by blocking the cold wind, and from the southern side the temperature is controlled by the presence of the sea. Therefore the temperature throughout the country somewhat remains same, not very high and not very low. So in spite of all this, what happens? There are great variations in the temperature conditions. So though this Himalaya is protecting or the ocean is protecting, but still we can see throughout India the temperature is not same. If you go to south, or if you go to north, we said in the beginning of this lesson, the temperatures, there is so much of difference. If you go to Jammu and Kashmir in the month of December, it is -45. And if you go to Kerala in the month of December, it is only 20, not even reaching 0 or not even reaching minus. So there is so much of difference is there still. And nevertheless, the unifying influence of the monsoon on the Indian subcontinent is quite perceptible. So though there is difference in this climate, temperature, everything, still we can see there is a unifying bond because of the presence of this monsoon winds. And the seasonal alteration of the wind systems and the associated weather conditions provide a rhythmic cycle of seasons. So what do they provide? A cycle of season. We studied about the 4 seasons that we experience in our country. That is all because of this monsoon, based on this monsoon wind, and therefore the monsoon is creating that rhythmic. It is in rotation, is going. Winter comes, then summer comes, then monsoon comes, then monsoon withdraws, again winter starts. So that rotation is followed. It is based on this monsoon wind. And even the uncertainties of rain and uneven distribution are very much typical of the monsoons. So we said there is a lot of inequality is there, or inequality is there, the way it is distributed. Some places receive very high, heavy rainfall, some places receive very less rainfall, and so on. And the Indian landscape is its animal and plant life, its entire agricultural calendar, and the life of the people, including their festivities, revolve around the phenomenon. So though all these differences are there in the coming of the monsoon wind, we can see a lot of people in India are depending on this monsoon. What are they? The Indian landscape, the beauty, the panorama of the Indian landscape, the hills and the valleys, and its animal and the plant life, all the animals of our country, and the plant life, the flora and the fauna, its entire agricultural calendar. People plan their cultivation time, harvest time, everything. They plan their timing according to the arrival of the monsoon. And then the life of the people's life also depend. When the monsoon comes, they are all very busy, start digging the field, preparing the field, planting, all that. Then their festivities. So after, by October, the monsoon will be returning, and that by that time people will finish their harvesting also. Then comes winter and people are in celebration mood. They have a lot of festivals are there, and they start celebrating the festivals after the return or withdrawal of the monsoon. So people set their life, they plan their programs for the entire year depending on this arrival of the monsoon and going back of the monsoon. And year after year, people of India from north to south and from east to west eagerly await the arrival of monsoon. So people are eagerly awaiting, especially in the month of April, May, and so, which is so hot, and people are longing, when is the rain going to come, when is the monsoon going to come. So people are longing for that rain, longing for the arrival of the monsoon from north to south, everywhere throughout the country. People are longing for that rain to come. And these monsoon winds bind the whole country by providing water to set the agricultural activities in motion. So with the arrival of the monsoon in the month of June onwards, the people start activating their programs, especially the cultivation program. They start cultivation, they already start digging and so on. So with the monsoon only they start. So with the arrival of the monsoon, their program begins, the annual program begins, cultivation, harvesting, then celebration of festival, all that. It will go on according to the scheduled program. Then the river valleys which carry this water also unite as a single river valley unit. So when this rain comes, the rivers were very dry before that, and with the raining, the rivers get sufficient water, and they are directed in different ways, for mainly for agriculture, for irrigation, and so on. So water is taken in different. So the entire river system is considered like a river, single river valley unit. So because people are all completely depending on this river for their irrigation, for their navigation, for their fishing, all that. People depend so much on these rivers, and therefore it is this monsoon that brings water into this river. Otherwise, by April, May, and June, and so on, most of the rivers are very dry. There is very little water. Even a child can cross the river at that time. So it becomes very thin at that time. But with the monsoon, the river starts becoming strong again, becoming big again. It is bulging up and carrying a lot of water, and it is uniting people, especially the farmers and so on. So these are the few points that we have in this lesson, and I hope you have understood and learned nicely. Read again and again this entire lesson. Lot of names are there, especially the direction, in which direction the wind is blowing, from east to west, west to east, north to south, and so on. So you should not get confused. And certain names are there. We learned about the wind that is called SO, all that we have, El Nini, all this you have to learn. What is the specialty of this wind, what is speed it has got, from where it is originating, where it is high pressure, where it is low pressure, and so on. We have to study all this. So you have to read several times. So I am giving you this responsibility to read several times and study. And there is also some newspaper clippings are given there. It is the news about flood that has taken place in different parts of our country at different times. So they have taken from the newspaper, and they are putting in the news in our textbook, in order to show us, in order to help us that how serious it can be, the flood, how devastated it can be. So all that you can also read. It is printed in small letters, but I hope still you will be able to read through. And I want to give you also a homework. So draw this map of India showing the rainfall, and try to mark with the different colors and show which are the areas receiving high rainfall, which are the areas receiving low rainfall, and so on. So page number 36, there is a figure 4.6, seasonal rainfall, that is between June and September. So try to draw that map of India nicely. Take one full page in your notebook and mark different areas where they receive rainfall with the different colors, and mark there right here. It should be very clear. And afterwards take photo and send to me. I will check. And let us see the few example exercises as well. So first one is, choose the correct answer from the 4 alternatives given below. So 4 options are given there. Let's see which is the correct one. Which one of the following places receive the highest rainfall in the world? So just now we finished saying, what is the answer? The place which receives highest rainfall is Mount Sindra, number B. Then second one, the wind blowing in the northern plains in summer is known as, what is the name of the wind blowing in the northern plains during summer? Special wind. The other day we learned. It is called Lu, number B. Number 3. Which one of the following causes rainfall during winters in northern western part of India? So during the winter they receive rainfall due to what cause? So it is called western disturbances. Number C, western disturbances. Then question number 4. Monsoon arrives in India approximately in which month? Monsoon arrives? Month of early June. Number C. Then number 5. Which one of the following characterizes the cold weather season in India? So what is the character of the winter season in India? Cool days and cold nights. So cool days and cold nights. Number C. That is a special character of winter season in India. So other ones are to be written down, and I will send you the notes. You can copy down, and as usual you can write in your notebook. take photo and send it to me. But quite many students are lagging behind. I don't know what is the reason. Is it because they have no network access, or is it because they are not having phone? So try to share with others. If your friend has no phone, try to share with others and try to help that person also to write down the notes and study well, because we do not know how long we will get class days. So that's why we are helping you out. So when there are class days, we will be teaching you again, we will be helping you again, but we are not sure this year how many class days will be there. So therefore try to get the maximum benefit out of it and try to do well in your studies. So thank you for listening. In the next class we will begin another chapter 5, that is about natural vegetation and wildlife. That will be a very easy chapter. It is that you already learned about natural life, natural wildlife and natural life and all that. So we shall study in the next class. Okay then, bye, see you again.